I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please. Before we have our Pledge of Allegiance, we're going to have our invocation. Please stand.
Let us pray. Dear Father, we offer thanks for the year that we've just completed and ask your blessings on us as we accept the challenges of a new year. You're gracious and loving, Lord, and we acknowledge your guiding presence in our lives. May we be granted wisdom, discernment, and compassion as we deliberate on matters before us. May our decisions reflect the best interest of our community, promoting harmony, progress, and well-being of all citizens. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As you can probably see, we have a couple of members who are out tonight. If we could just keep everyone in your prayers for healing of any sickness or anything that's going on. Administrator Webb, could you call roll, please?
Yes, ma'am, and I would like to note that President Hogg is out, and that is leading to Ms. Bobo, our pro tem, calling the meeting tonight, and Ms. Dykes, Councilwoman Dykes, asked that I express her apologies for not being here tonight, but she has pneumonia. So with that, Councilman Washington.
Here.
Councilman Wiggins.
Here.
And Pro Tem Bobo.
Present. Okay, item number 5 on our agenda will be presentations. 5A is the Rebuild Alabama Gas Tax Fiscal Year 2023 report.
Yes, every year we receive money from Alabama gas tax, and we have to report what we spent those dollars on. So in 2023, we spent $111,930 to Thompson Engineering for engineering services for our 2022 citywide resurfacing project. We spent $1.1 million to ST Bund Construction for the actual resurfacing for our 2022 citywide resurfacing, and we spent $3,800 to Thompson Engineering for engineering services for our 2023 resurfacing project. So note that this actually goes from October 1st to the end of September. So our 2023 resurfacing project started right at the end of September, which is why that number is small. So you'll see a lot of our 2024 Rebuild Alabama dollars paying for our 2023 resurfacing.
We love those resurfacing projects.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Tubbs. 5B is a proclamation recognizing January as Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Mayor Hinton?
Do we have anyone here tonight representing the Human Trafficking Awareness Month to receive this proclamation? Okay, let me read it, and we will certainly observe it, and I'm certainly glad to present it. Whereas Alabama's Human Trafficking Awareness Month was established in January 2011 in observance of National Human Trafficking Awareness Day, to proclaim the equality and freedom of all people, to advocate for legislation, to educate leaders, and to encourage public awareness to the various forms of human trafficking. And whereas human trafficking is a public health issue and crime that affects individuals, families, and communities across generations, exploiting the most vulnerable among us and weakening our collective well-being. And whereas human trafficking occurs when an adult or child is recruited, harbored, obtained or exported through force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of sexual exploitation, forced labor, involuntary servitude, debt, bondage, and other methods of slavery. And whereas an estimated 27.6 million people are subjected to human trafficking globally, including cases of human trafficking reported in every state and territory across the United States, including here in our own community. And whereas the risk and prevalence of human trafficking is greater now than ever in person and online, in industries such as restaurants, cleaning services, construction, and factories, and by strangers or someone they know, including partners, parents, and other family members. And whereas the City of Northport seeks to enhance public welfare, protect public safety, and promote human flourishing for all residents and visitors by declaring that freedom from human trafficking is a fundamental human right. And whereas due to its isolating nature, many individuals remain unaware that trafficking is a threat to their neighborhoods, families, and children. The first step in eliminating human trafficking in our community is education. We must work diligently to ensure that all frontline industries, educators, first responders, and parents are aware of this issue, knowing how to spot it and how to report it. We must work together as a community to bring victims to safety and punish the perpetrators. And whereas stopping human trafficking requires a coordinated, community-wide response, and the City of Northport supports partnerships to comprehensively address human trafficking and create trafficking-free zones. Now therefore be it resolved that I, John Hinton, as Mayor of the City of Northport, do hereby proclaim January 2024 as Human Trafficking Awareness Month and celebrate our continued commitment as a trafficking-free zone community. We encourage all residents to join us in raising the visibility of this crime and to become more informed about ways to prevent, recognize, and respond to potential victims of human trafficking in our community. Together, we can become more informed and take steps to create a community that is trafficking-free. In witness whereof, I have set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Northport to be affixed this 11th day of January 2024. This is a major problem in our country, a major problem in our area, and I think we really need to recognize this and do all we can to overcome these problems. And I have a second proclamation.
Yes, sir.
May I continue?
Yes, sir, please do. The January business of the month.
This is the January 2024 business of the month that we're recognizing today. And probably 50 years ago, I was a customer of Wyman Brown at Northport Pharmacy. It then was on Lurleen Wallace Boulevard, and later this business, much later, was sold to Rob Coburn, and it moved either before or after he bought it on Highway 82 here in Northport. So Rob, I see you're here. If you'd come up, please, and I'll read this proclamation, and then you can make any comments if you'd like to when we're finished. These people may be upset with you since you came up here and brought the needles and shot everybody for a flu or whatever, but we appreciate you doing that. Whereas Northport Pharmacy is a steadfast cornerstone of the Northport business community, providing essential services and contributing to the vitality of our city. And whereas this establishment has gained a stellar reputation for its unwavering commitment to outstanding customer service and resolute dedication to the betterment of Northport. And whereas Rob Coburn and his exceptional staff demonstrate an unparalleled level of dedication through their continuous efforts to fully understand, expertly advise, and diligently assist customers with their medications and health conditions, showcasing a genuine concern for the well-being of our community. And whereas the team at Northport Pharmacy consistently goes above and beyond to ensure that every customer is treated with personalized care, fostering a warm and friendly atmosphere that has become a trusted haven for Northport residents in need of reliable health care support. Whereas it is with great pride and enthusiasm that the City of Northport invites each and every resident to join us in recognizing and celebrating the invaluable and substantial contribution made by Northport Pharmacy to our treasured city. And now therefore I, John Hinton, by the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Northport, Alabama, do hereby proclaim Northport Pharmacy as the deserving recipient of the esteemed title of January 2024 Business of the Month in the city of Northport, and express our appreciation for their continued contributions to the quality of life and well-being of our citizens. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Northport to be affixed this 11th day of January 2024, signed John Hinton, Mayor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor Hinton. I appreciate that. It's mighty nice to be recognized and to do the things that hopefully I've carried on from my predecessor, Mr. Brown, and sit in council. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, I've just tried to do the things that I learned under Mr. Brown when I went to work for him back in 1987. And he opened the business in December of 1959, and there on Bridge Avenue. And then I bought the business in April of 1990. So he had it for a little over 29 years. I've had it for almost 34 years. And so hopefully we're doing something right. And our goal every day is to hopefully take care of the citizens here in Northport. You know, we're not perfect, but we just want people to give us a chance and see if we can't just love on you a little bit and take care of your health care needs. But thanks again so much for this, and appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Mayor, I'd like to say something about my buddy here. As a customer, once we got into the group home business, man, for some reason we always ran out of medicine. And this gentleman, his family used to come at 7, 8 o'clock at night and open their doors, unlock the doors, and make sure each client had their medicine. So I appreciate your business in Northport. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Excuse my seat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come over, let's get a picture if we don't break the camera here.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for that presentation, Mayor Hinton. We are all so happy to have Northport Pharmacy in our community, and also for recognizing Human Trafficking Awareness Month. I know we have several Northport police officers on the task force for that, so it's very prevalent in our minds. Item number 6 is approval of the agenda. Is there a member of council that would like to move to approve the agenda as printed?
So moved. Second.
All right, so that was in the form of a motion by Councilman Wiggins with a second by Councilman Washington. Are there any questions or comments? All right, hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Item number 7 is visitors to address the council. We have none.
That's correct. None have signed up.
Item number 8 is unfinished business. 8A is, ordinances and resolutions of a permanent nature. We have
none of those items tonight.
Item number 9 is new business. Number 9A, ordinance and resolutions of a permanent nature.
We have none of those.
There are none. We have B, resolutions of a temporary nature. Item number 9B1, resolution reappointing a member to the Black Warrior Solid Waste Authority. Ms. Webb?
Yes, this will reappoint Ms. Brooks Starnes to the Black Warrior Solid Waste Authority, and her term will expire December 31st of 2028.
Okay, is there a member of council that would like to move to approve?
So move.
Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilman Washington and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Have any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington,
Yes.
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 motion carries.
Okay, item number 9B2 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute change order number 1 with Price Construction for the downtown sidewalk and streetscape improvements project, phase 2. Ms. Tubbs?
Yes, this is the balancing change order for Price Construction for our phase 2 of this project is for $121,701.08. We are still under budget because we saved money in other line items.
Okay, is there a member of council who would like to make that a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, that is a motion by Councilman Wiggins and second by Councilman Washington. Are there any questions or comments?
This closes out phase 2, is that correct?
Yes, this is the final balancing change order. We do have one more invoice, but it's a lump sum item, so we are able to balance the budget at this point, yes.
Which district is this in?
This would be in District 2.
Okay, thank you.
All day. Still in District 2. Do we have any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, item 9B3 is a resolution accepting change order number 1 for sanitary sewer rehabilitation and repair project. Mr. Webb?
Yes, it's the final balance and change order also, so for the quantity used in the project. It's gonna result in a net decrease of the project amount by $48,435.80.
Okay, is there a member of council who would like to make a motion?
So move.
Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilman Washington and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
voting with Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Item 9B4 is a resolution declaring equipment as surplus. Chief Burton?
Yes, ma'am. We have 4 firearms and 6 barrels that we'd like to get surplus.
Okay, is there a member of council who would like to make a motion?
So move.
Second.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
voting with Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B5 is a resolution authorizing water service outside of the city limits for property located at 14111 Bond Camp Road. Mr. Davis? Hello.
Everybody's retiring. I'm not. Okay. But I want to thank Rob Colburn and his staff for getting me here every morning. He takes good care of me, and they're great.
Yes.
Anyway, I had to say that. This is a resolution authorizing water service outside the city limits. It is not contiguous, so it cannot be annexed. It comes with all the usual stipulations. Staff recommends approval.
Okay, so we have a motion to adopt the resolution authorizing water service outside of the city limits to be provided by Gary and Stephanie Edge for property located at 14111 Bone Camp Road pursuant to the conditions in the resolution. Do I have a member of council who would like to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
voting with Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B6 is a resolution ratifying the mayor's signature on ADM consent order number 24025 CWP and authorized payment for assessed penalty. Mr. Webb?
Yes, Utilities and Legal Department, we work with ADM on this final consent order, and I want to point out one of the big items is going to be required in the project is a sludge improvement project at the wastewater plant. And council designated funds and authorized to proceed on the project 2.5 years ago, and it should be completed this fall.
Okay, so that's a motion to approve the resolution to ratify the mayor's signature on the ADM consent order and authorize payment in the amount of $14,500. Do I have a member of council who would like to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilman Washington. Do we have any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Item 9B7 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute an agreement with TTL Incorporated for the downtown sidewalk and streetscape Phase 3 project. Ms. Tubbs?
So as we're closing out phase 2, we're gonna move on to phase 3. We did receive a grant for $640,000 for this. This is also located in District 2.
Thank you.
So we are asking for, the council to approve TTL in the amount of $132,800 for design.
Okay, so that's in the form of a motion to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute an agreement with TTL for the downtown sidewalk and streetscape Phase 3 project to provide engineering and related services in the amount of $132,800. Do I have a member of council who would like to make that motion?
So move.
Second.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Do you have any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B8 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute an agreement with the Cassidy Company for the storm sewer rehabilitation, Flatwoods Road and 68th Avenue project. Ms. Tubbs?
Yes, this is also a grant project. You approved us to negotiate scope and fee with Cassidy and Company. So we're bringing back that, and it's $60,364.63. It'll be for stormwater improvements in and around Flatwoods Road and 68th Avenue.
Thank you. So that's in the form of a motion that we'd like to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with the Cassidy Company for the storm sewer rehabilitation in the amount of $60,364.63. To have a member of council who would like to put that forth as a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, that's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilman Washington. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B9 is a resolution authorizing the city of Northport to enter into an agreement with Medical Priority Consultants Incorporated. Chief Marshal?
Yes, ma'am. This is agreement with Medical Priority Dispatch, which is a unified system for dispatching appropriate aid to medical emergencies. This is a caller interrogation system, and with approval of this is a bundle package from implementations to licensing to training for our dispatchers. This will allow our dispatchers and the 911 call takers to use Medical Priority Dispatch, and this is an approved capital budget item.
So the form of that motion would be to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Medical Priority Consultants Incorporated for the licensing, training, implementation, and maintenance of Priority Dispatch Corp's products and services. Do I have a member of council who would like to put that as a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And that's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Just a second. Sorry about that. I've got a little cough as well. 9B10 is a resolution authorizing purchase of lots 111 and 112 in Green Village. Mr. Davis?
Yes, Mr. President, it is in, we're purchasing 2 lots in Green Village to help with some of the problems we're having out there. And I'm very happy to announce this is not in District 2, it's in District number 5, okay?
So the form of that motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the purchase of lots 111 and 112 in Green Village for the total amount of $16,000. Do I have a member of council who would like to make a motion for that?
So move.
Second.
And that's a motion from Councilman Washington and a second from Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B11 is a resolution establishing the legislative agenda of the city of Northport for the 2024 session of the Alabama legislature. Ms. Webb?
Yes, ma'am. This announces our positions on various legislative legislative matters, to our local delegation, so that as we move forward in the 2024 session, they'll know our stance on various items.
Okay. The form of that motion would be to adopt the resolution establishing the legislative agenda of the City of Northport for the 2024 session of the Alabama Legislature. Do I have a member of council who would like to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
That's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilman Washington. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B12 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute offer letter for utility easements at Applewood Drive. Mr. Davis?
Yes, Mr. President, we have received an appraisal, and this authorizes us to authorize the appraisal amount, and it's in District 1.
Oh. Form of that motion would be the adoption of the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute offer letter for utility easements at Applewood Drive and execute all documents and approve all expenditures required for the implementation of this resolution. I'll put that forward as, I'll make a motion for that.
Second.
So, I made that motion, Councilman Wiggins seconded it. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Item C, we have the consent agenda. And I would move to approve the consent agenda for the January 11th, 2024 council meeting with no changes.
Second.
It's a motion by me and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Item 10 is reports of special committees of council. So I have a report from our finance committee this afternoon. We have some really good news. We have designated, well, it'll be on our next agenda to vote for
For full council.
first hearing, for the full council to vote for. $500,000 from Northport First Funds to be allocated to each of our different community centers. So that includes the Hassan Center, the Northport Community Center, the Civitan area, and
UCP.
the UCP building. So we're doing some substantial upgrades there. We don't have the timeline for it yet because it's going to be based on what construction projects need to happen. But that was a great thing to come out of our finance committee today.
For clarification, that is a total of $500,000 for those
Yes.
four facilities.
Yes.
So
Not
not
for
500
each.
each. It's 500 total for across those four.
Yes, we're going to stay pretty conservative.
Yes.
Getting those quotes in. Does anyone else have anything from committees?
I don't have anything from committee, but I want to thank staff and also the council, mayor, for just the thought of and the thought about putting the money back into the community centers. It's gonna make a big difference in the appearance, the looks, the interior. So just wait for it and just know staff is working hard for it.
I would like to highlight Public Works has already begun work down at the community center. You may have seen pressure washing, landscape cleanup, and cleanup in general of the area. So thank you to Public Works for the work that they are doing down there in the last couple of weeks. You'll continue to see things happening there.
They're doing a great job. Been getting a lot of compliments for them lately. Any other comments? Okay, item number 11 is public hearings. 11C, we have a second reading ordinance for annexation of approximately 8.11 acres located at 13582 Mount Olive Road with the original zoning of RS1. Ms. Ram.
Yes, this item comes with a favorable recommendation from Planning Commission. It is ready for a public hearing and adoption.
Okay, I'm going to open the floor for public hearing. If anyone wishes to speak, please come to the microphone and state your name and address for the record.
Please pull that around to you. I'm sorry.
Sherry Miller.
Hello.
I just have one major question. Is the annexation of this property likely to either now or down the road affect the subdivision of Highview? Near the fire
Ms. Raymond, is that
station and the
something that
church?
you can help us answer?
I'm not exactly sure where Highview is, but the only way that, if you wanted to petition for annexation, okay. So, no,
Okay.
ma'am, it would not.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Okay, I'll close the floor for public hearing. So the form of that motion will be to adopt the ordinance for annexation of approximately 8.11 acres located at 13582 Mount Olive Road with the original zoning of RS1.
So moved.
Second.
That's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilman Washington. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb?
Voting with Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Item number 12 is our city administrator's business.
I have two items to discuss tonight. One, I would like to remind everybody to stay weather aware tomorrow. We do have the potential for severe weather, so please monitor local news outlets and make sure that you're cognizant of the weather. Staff will be at City Hall and at public safety complexes around the city, so we'll be here in the event of an emergency. The second item I would like to highlight is an item that was actually on consent agenda, and that is our municipal compensation, workers' comp premium that was on the agenda, and it was the last item in the consent agenda. It was a total of $237,598. This came through HR, and it is a significant savings over the last 6 years. Mm-hmm. We've dropped premiums from about $800,000 down to $237,000 this year. That's actually a savings of $101,000 from last year. How we are realizing these savings is because of council's requirements for use of consolidated garbage cans that are able to be lifted by our trucks and saves on the wear and tear of our employees. There are practices and protocols that are put into effect for safety of our employees, and also the decisions that council has made to discontinue the use of motorcycles within our police department and fund vehicle usage. That has allowed savings as well. So that is an item that we see savings on, that we then return into an investment in our employees as well as in equipment with our capital budget that we have year to year now. So kudos to HR and the departments for saving money and being safe out there and still providing services. Thank you for your support on those.
We have some excellent staff. All of our department heads and deputy department heads, and they're always looking out for us to stay conservative with the budget, which helps us move forward with projects and get things done in our city. Item number 13 is departmental business. I think we have none. Correct. Item number 14 is mayor and council members' business. Mayor Hinton.
Thank you, Madam President Pro Tem. Tonight, I'd like to thank the council for the leadership they provided in 2023 and the progress we've made as a city during this time. Progress is often painful initially, but the end results of change will be growth and improvements in our city. Thanks to our department heads and all the employees in each department. You've worked so hard and have accomplished so much for our city during 2023. In particular, I'd like to take a moment to focus on the engineering department. Ms. Tubbs and staff have provided the leadership for the great strides made in our infrastructure improvements during the last few years and now for the upcoming 2024 year. I reported earlier that 16 miles of roadway and streets had been paved since 21. This number will be substantially increased during 2024. So what can we expect to happen during 2024? The Highway 82 ALDOT project, the state project, is scheduled for completion by late summer or early fall of this year. Watermelon Road project has begun and will be completed this calendar year. Sidewalks are currently being added. MLK Boulevard Bridge will be completed during this year as planned, and the roadway should be under construction. Main Avenue construction will begin perhaps this summer or early fall. We will eventually see new sidewalks and lighting in addition to a newly reconstructed and paved street. 5th Street will be in the design stage during 2024, and we may see construction begin in 25. Streetscape 3 will be under design in 24. Lurleen Wallace Boulevard will be in the design stage during the 2024 year. We can expect great improvement in this quarter. 8243 intersection upgrade will be in the construction stage during 2024. The Mid-Larry 43 intersection upgrade will be in the construction stage during 2024. Since these two projects are smaller than most, they may be completed during this year. In addition, a number of streets will be paved in the city as we have seen each year. I might mention the DCH Park design is also underway. I'm really excited about the progress we're seeing as our city continues to grow. Seeing is believing. This year, our residents will be able to see many improvements take place. And I think this is important. We talk about it, but yet a lot of people say, nah, it's not going to happen. Well, it's happening, and you'll see more than you've seen thus far during 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Hinton. I think for District 1, you kind of covered a lot of what I was going to say, but I am pushing for Main Avenue to start sooner than summer or fall. I do know that city engineer's been really busy pushing those plans out, and I think we are close to starting the right-of-way acquisition. So maybe that will come a little sooner than summer, but try not to get my hopes up too much. One thing that I didn't mention earlier was something that I know is very close to your heart, and something that we discussed in Finance Committee earlier, and that was the $350,000 allotment to the educational grants. And so that's something that we should see coming on the next agenda for a first reading as well. But very proud of what we've been able to accomplish so far, and looking forward to what we'll do the rest of this year. All right, we've got District 2, Councilman Washington.
Yes, first I want to say thanks to staff and all the city employees. And also I just want to kind of clear up some things. I had a question asked to me earlier just for council about will we still run the program with the dancers on Thursdays and Fridays, like with Pear. I'm not really sure. But what I can say is we can address it in the community outreach committee. So we're trying to make sure we get that clarity a little bit later. Also, I just, we talked about the community center. We're working real hard to get it back open. I know that's been a question, and I haven't been on Facebook because I'm not the Facebook guy to do things like that. So, but just know that the city staff is working really hard. But when we go back in there, it's going to be what you deserve and what you should have. So, like I said, just be a little patient with us, and what you walk into, you'll be very pleased and happy to see. So, time is really important. Just give them a little time. Also in District 2, it started in February. We'll start back to tutoring at the Hatson Center as well. They haven't set the date, so put out a flyer yet. Hopefully next council meeting I have something to put out in time and dates. Again, if you have any kids or know any kids that need some extra tutoring, and just call a number, just reserve a spot, and get them there. Make sure they get the schooling that they need or the help that they need. And also, the Boys and Girls Club have after school program, and I want to say it's right $25 a week, and it's just a good place, a safe place for your kids to be at after school. And they should have a transportation service from the school to the center. So, any parents who need to work a couple more hours or don't get off to 5 o'clock and their kids need a place to go. So, pass the word, Boys and Girls Club, and thank y'all as well. Thank you, Madam Pro Tem, Your Highness. One of those supposed to get me a gift certificate. I don't know which one. So, and if I say it twice, Mr. Carl Wiggins will get one. So, Your Highness 2 times.
The Honorable Councilman Woodrow Washington.
Thank you.
He's here all night, y'all. District 3, Councilman Wiggins.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm gratified to start dodging cones and signs on Watermelon Road. I'm excited to have that work underway on the sidewalks along the east and west side of Watermelon Road, as well as I know following will be the paving work, so I'm excited about that. I also wanted to express my condolences to all Alabama football fans for the sad day yesterday, the retirement of the greatest football coach of all time, Nick Saban. I commiserate with all of you, and let's be happy about what we witnessed over the last 17 years. It was truly a once in a lifetime thing. So anyway, just thought I'd say that. Thanks.
I think we've all observed a few moments of silence over that subject, with the exception of Chief Burton. I don't know where he is.
I heard he had some toilet paper in his hand. Just
we gotta secure that in our restrooms in the lobby, please, you guys. Thank you for those updates. Please keep our District 4 Representative Councilwoman Dykes and our President Hogg, District 5, in your thoughts and prayers for them to feel much better quickly. We hope that they are able to move out of this sickness. And I know we've had several staff members who have been affected by it as well, and we're thankful that a lot of them are here tonight. But keep them in your thoughts and prayers, please. With that, item number 15 is adjournment, and I would like to make that motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Good job, Pro Team. Carl, where you want